Welcome to Chapter 9, Binning Numeric Columns. So thus far, our numeric columns have been used for aggregating, but they can just as well be used for grouping as well. I mean, naturally, they are better suited for aggregating. Say you have some salary, you want to aggregate that. The salaries are not going to necessarily form groups by themselves. But in this chapter, we're going to learn how to bin numeric columns so they can form groups. So for instance, with salaries, we can bin them into like low, medium, high groups. Like low could be 0 to 50,000, medium could be 50 to 100, high could be 100,000 and more. So, and then we can group by those categories. So typically numeric columns are not going to be used directly for grouping, although they certainly can, and I will show some examples of that down below. But really, to form groups, we're going to bin them, and to do so, we're going to use these cut and qcut functions. These are not methods to form the groups, to form the bins, and then group with those bins. All right, we're going to begin by reading in the housing data set and show you how you can do some binning here. So number one is that you can definitely group by a numeric column. So I'm just going to go ahead and group by directly here, this overall quality column. So this one is just distinct values between 1 and 10. This is the overall quality of the house. So each row is a house, and here's the sale price of that house. So there's the overall quality. And we can take the sale price and just take the mean of the sale price for overall quality. So here are the groups over here. Here are the mean sale prices for those houses. So in this case, this column is categorical in nature, and can be, even though it is numeric, it is suitable for just using directly as a grouping column. Sale price is better suited, it is also numeric, but since there's so many unique values, it is better suited as an aggregating column. Now you can group by sale price, and this will look a little weird, and we can aggregate, this doesn't matter, something else like overall quality. And I'm going to aggregate it with the size and the mean together, like this. So now the group is sale price. It's kind of weird to wrap your head around this. Like, how can you group by sale price? There's so many unique sale prices. In fact, you can see here that all of these sale prices there's only one in each bin over here, although there are some that appear twice. Like you can have a house that has the same exact sale price. So this is a particularly bad one to group. You can group by ground living area. That's what I really wanted to do over here, but just to show you, you can group by any numeric column. But this again is a poor choice, just because this is not really a group. When you only have one in your group, it's not really a group. It's just a unique row of your data set. So all these are unique, just unique houses. So they're not really forming groups. So this is not a good column to group. Now, we can bin ground living area, into like say 0 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, and so forth, in order to form groups. And that's what we're going to learn about now, is how to bin. And I'm going to first show you with the pd.cut function. So this is a function, not a method. So you're going to do pd.cut. And then you're going to pass in the series you want to cut. So in this case, ground living area. It's like the square footage of the home. And then what you can do is pass in the bin. So if I press Shift Tab, we're going to go through some of these parameters over here. We're going to give the bin. So you have to give it a list. And you have to kind of know your data beforehand. So I can say 0 to 1,000 is one group. 1,000 to 2,000 is another group. 2,000 to 3,000 is one more group, and then finally 3,000 to 10,000 will be the final group. So now I'm going to run this. I'm going to cut this up, and now all of these values for ground living area will get transformed And as you can see here, so the first value, 1710, will fall in the bin between 1,000 and 2,000. So the new values is going to be this interval object that Pandas has created. So it's going to form intervals. Notice I gave 5 endpoints, but there are 4 distinct bins. This is what the data type of this is an ordered categorical. So here are the categories. And the way it works is, this is just by default, is that the left endpoint is exclusive. That means it's not included. The right endpoint is included. So the first is really any house that is greater than 0 up to 1,000 square feet. The second one is really like 1,001 square feet to 2,000, and so forth like that. All right, so let me do this. And now we can call the value counts method, which is an aggregation of itself, right, of just counting. And we can see, all right, so there's 1,000 houses between 1 and 2,000 square feet, 231 between 0 and 1,000, only 18 greater than 3,000 square feet. So we have successfully binned our houses based on their ground living area. So now we can use this new series of data to actually do some grouping in the future. But one thing I want to show, so here's our data again, and you can use the cat accessor. This is an ordered categorical, and we can actually get the categories themselves. And just to show you, I can pick out the first category. So this 1,000 to 2,000, so this is a special object. This is called an interval object. So it has a left and right interval, and it can be closed on the left or the right or both. This is saying it's closed on the right. That means it is inclusive of the right and exclusive of the left. You have to be a little careful here when you're, just so that you are aware of what this actually means. So closed means, yes, it includes this right endpoint of 1,000. It does not include 0. All right, so to get a better interval, you can actually, you obviously need to know the maximum value over here and the minimum value, so not just the maximum. So one thing to do before you do this pd.cut is to find the min and max values. So I'm going to say min and max like this. So we'll just create area min, area max. We're going to unpack this series. So there's 2 values. We'll unpack it into area min and area max. And now we can have just more precisely defined area min, area max like this. And then there is a parameter here called include lowest, which we're going to set to true. And so the second parameter is bins. You can say bins equals if you want to help yourself out. Include lowest, this means this will include the lowest one. By default, it is excluded. And we're just going to set that equal to true. And now we have just a slightly new interval over here. It's just more precise. So 334 all the way to, this is the highest ground living area, 5642, which is included. So just for a more precise boundary, instead of just picking something like very high, like 10,000 or 10 million or whatever, we can have just a more precise boundary on the left and the right. So this helps us just with our data analysis going forward. We know, like, all right, what is the minimum value that will appear in this category? All right, so that is a little introduction to creating categoricals with the pd.cut function.